good afternoon, good morning, depending on the region that you are in. You are most welcome, and we are glad to have you here. So, Coach Ssebadduka Arafat, I'm the one here, and as today's topic is suggesting that we are going to look at the banking and finance disruption, and we are going to look at the digital currency. So, we are going to look at a disruption, and good enough, we have started with seeing a video with one of the members of the Parliament of Uganda called Honorable Muhammad Nsereko. He was giving a brief talk about the banking and finance disruption. So, today we are going to be talking about money because if we say banking, meaning that the way how you save, the way how you keep your money. So, banking, finance. So, here we are going to basically talk about money because I believe with this opportunity that God has given us today to be able to gather here and to be able to still have life until this very hour because not everyone is alive. We have people who have died few minutes ago. We are having people who are on oxygen. We are having people that have died in the last few seconds. So I believe if you are still alive, definitely you have a mission to accomplish. And every mission that you need to accomplish in life, because life is a journey. See life as a road because when you're on the road, you see a distance. So that is life. With life, you are having a future that you are looking at. With that future, you are having goals and dreams that you need to accomplish. But with all those goals and dreams that you need to accomplish, all those goals and dreams, you can't accomplish them if you don't have money. So we are going to be looking at money and talking about money. And I believe there is no better topic that we could have talked about today rather than the money. So, Ssebadduka Arafat, I'm a digital banking and artificial intelligence coach and a treasury advisors, and I'm going to be your presenter today. So, a disruption is something that is inevitable, or it's a break in the value chain, or a technology that when it comes into existence, it's something that you have to adopt to. Let me share my screen. So it's something that you have to adopt to. So it's a change that when it comes, it's inevitable. The only way how you can survive and benefit is when you change with the change that is coming. So you can go to your Google and you search the seventh disruption. You're going to find this book and you can install it. So within this book, they tell you that the disruptions create trillion-dollar market industries. And as we have seen, if you don't change with the disruptions, definitely you are going to be affected and you'll find yourself that you'll have to pay the price of not jumping onto the disruption. And we have different disruptions which are going to give us the different examples. We have the television, the email, up to the banking and finance disruption that we are going to talk about today. So we are going to talk about this at a later stage. So today we are going to talk about the three money lessons because if we are going to talk about money, we should see what are the fundamentals. We need to build a foundation so that we understand the money rules or the money lessons that we should know. So we are going to look at the three money lessons that everyone should know at this moment. So if you can record this meeting, very good on your side. If you have somewhere where you can write also, it is something very good. So in the three money lessons, the first one states that how to make the money. How to make the money. So within the banking and finance disruption, we are going to see how to make the money because, as I said, finance is our daily life. The financial industry, this is our daily life. It doesn't matter the job that you do or anything, as long as you earn and spend within an economy. Definitely, you need to understand about finance. You need to understand everything about finance. So we are going to see how to make money. So if you are here and you are not making money, this is the right place. If you're already making money, this is again the right place because where we are right now, in the times that we are in, or where the world is heading, you shouldn't rely on one source of income. That's where you find out that very many people prefer to diversify. So this is the right place. We are going to see within the banking and finance disruption, how can you make money? Remember, making money is a skill. So today we are going to learn a particular skill on how you can make money. So the second one states how to multiply your money. how to multiply your money. So if you earn the money, you find yourself that you need to start up a business. This is where you find out that different people opt or prefer to start up different businesses with an idea of multiplying their money. So you find out someone saying that, or someone saying and believing that if I have my $1,000 and I go into this business, I'll make profits worth $500. So if someone goes into that business with $1,000 and a person makes $500, at the end of the day, that person will be having $1,500, meaning that that person has multiplied their money. But right now, we are in tough times where you find yourself that it's very hard to get a guarantee that the business will multiply your money. This is where you find out that very many people are skeptical. Very many people are afraid to take that step of going into businesses because it's not a guarantee that when you go into business, you are going to multiply the money or you are going to make profits because you can fail. This is where we say that multiplying the money is an art because in the business where very many people have failed, there is again someone who has excelled in that particular business. So we are going to see the art of multiplying the money, of making the money within the banking and finance disruption. So the third and last one will be how to keep the money or how to stay with the money. For example, so if you're already here and you're wealthy, because we see that the wealth people want to maintain their money. They want to maintain their money. So now we are going to see on our way how you can stay or keep with your money, and this is the best that I'm going to show you because I'm here to talk about the best. I'm here to show you the best. I'm not here to show you anything that this can work, this can't. No, I'm here to show you something that is already approved by all financial institutions, by all the governments, by everyone. I'm here to show you the best. So now this is where I say that in life when you accomplish something, you graduate and then go to the next level. Anything that you accomplish puts you to the next level that you should be prepared to. So this is where we see in the Bible the story of King David. So David first fought with a bear first, but that was preparing him to fight with a lion. Because if he never fought with the bear first, he wouldn't have just come and fight with the lion in the first place. So fighting with the bear prepared him to fight with the lion. And the fight that he had with the lion prepared him to fight Goliath. And that was preparing him to defeat King Saul of Israel at that time. So also in money, this is the same thing. If you're already earning something, you are preparing, or that's a preparation for you to go to the next step, which is multiplying money. And if you reach the multiplication of money, you have graduated from the stage of making money. So this is also the same thing that we are going to look at today. So let me take something from The Richest Man in Babylon. This is a book that you should get. It was written by Mr. George Clason, The Richest Man in Babylon. They say that money is maintained by those who inquire, from those that are financially literate. You can give yourself an example. If you need to start up something, let it be a business, for example, a boutique. In most cases, you will ask from someone who's owning a boutique or someone who has ever owned a boutique. So this is the same thing. They tell us that you should inquire from those that are financially literate, and money goes away from those that invest in what they don't know or what they don't understand without inquiring from the financially literate people. That is why you find out that you can't wake up one day and you say that Arafat, since I like real estate, I've heard that in real estate there is a lot of profits. If I just go and I inject my money into real estate without understanding how the real estate business works, without inquiring from the financially literate people in that real estate business, definitely Arafat, I'm not going to succeed in real estate. That is why we come here to provide the financial education and financial literacy on what we know and how it can help others. So now, this very thing that I'm talking about, that we should inquire from those that are financially literate. This even I'll borrow a leaf from the Bible. If you go to the Bible, Proverbs chapter 11, verse 14, in the Holy Bible, it says that where there is no guidance, a people falls, but in abundance of counselors, there is safety. If you come here and look at the definition, you look at how they're broken it down or the explanation, they tell you that where there is no guidance, where you're not being guided, people falls or the people fall. But in abundance of counselors where you have people to guide you, definitely there is safety. And they say for lack of guidance a nation falls, but for victory, victory is won through many advisors. So now this really has given us a lift, I believe, because now the good thing is that the banking and finance disruption that we are going to look at, definitely, here, as I've told you, I'm a coach in digital banking and finance, and I have all the experience and I have all the information that really you need to understand this very well. So money, the laws of money are universal and unchanging. The laws of getting money, they are universal, the same laws. Because we have rich people all over the world. Because we would have said that only rich people are found in America, but you find Aliko Dangote, one of the richest men in the world, coming from Nigeria, which is Africa. We have rich men from Asia. So we have rich men everywhere. But the laws of the money, the laws of getting the money, of becoming wealth, they are universal and unchanging, like the law of gravity. So if these laws they prove to be for you as they're proven to be for the very many others, because you find out that the richest men like Elon Musk, they weren't the rich men. We had Bill Gates, and we had Warren Buffett. But when these people understood these laws and they applied to them, definitely these laws are going to work for everyone as long as you understand them. So, and I assure you, are going to have a fat pass, larger bank balances, and gratifying financial progress. Because lucky enough that these things that we are going to talk about today, here we have very many people, me myself and very many other people who can testify about their bank balances, the things that they've got. Definitely there are very many. So now, here in the banking and finance disruption, we are going to look at two major things. We are going to look at the digital banking. We are going to look at also the artificial intelligence, AI, something that is booming. That is what we are going to talk about today. So we are going to look at the two major industries, or the two major sectors that are producing the most billionaires and millionaires that you know in the world. It's from these sectors. So what is digital banking, or what is banking? As we know that banking, as we go to the bank, you deposit your money and you withdraw. Simply, that is banking key, the depositing and withdrawing your money. So within the banking system, we have two ways. That is why you have heard me talking about the digital banking, meaning something online. Because recently we have been having the physical banking. You need to go to the bank, you deposit money. In case you want to access your money, you need to go to the bank physically and you withdraw money. But we have what we call the digital banking, call it online banking. That Arafat, for example, this is my Standard Chartered Bank account, which is a digital bank. I can simply do my transactions from the comfort of my place. As I'm where right now, I can simply deposit and I withdraw my money from my account without accessing the bank physically. And there are reasons and advantages of anything. So when you hear an upgrade or something new, meaning that there are advantages for the banks to have online presence. There are very many privileges, because first of all, you can access your money where you are, because you might be in an area where your bank is not operating. But if you are having your bank online, definitely you pay all the bills, you'll be able to meet anything at the comfort of your place or anywhere that you are. So within the digital banking, this is where we see that we get a chance. We get a chance to engage in some of the daily activities which banks have been doing on a daily basis. So your question might be, what are the banks been doing? Banks have been trading what we call the financial markets. Financial markets. This is where all the money in the world is being run. These are the sectors, or these are the markets which have the largest money in the world. You can do your research. So banks have been engaging in what we call financial markets. So in the physical banking system, you wouldn't know. You just took there your money in the bank, then you never got a chance to know what is happening. But since we know that banks now are trading, or they're dealing in financial markets, because trading simply means making profits, buying and selling, and you make profits. That's trading. So now, since we know that the banks engage in the financial markets, you and I, who has understood about the digital banking and you have adopted it, definitely you're going to get a chance which someone in the physical bank is not getting. What is that privilege? So out of the many, let me just mention a few. In the physical bank, the money has been like this, assuming Arafat, I'm having there my $1,000 in the bank. Assuming I deposited this money in the January 2024, 1st January 2024. That's when I did what? That's when I deposited my $1,000. So in the physical bank, I was not getting any interest on my money, assuming, because right now we are in today is 4th November. I wouldn't have made any interest on my money, meaning that my money is lying there dormantly. So, okay, Arafat, maybe I would have wanted to just keep it. Okay, it's okay. So now in the saving way, you haven't been getting anything. You haven't been getting anything. So in the physical banking system, only you have been getting interest on your money. If you keep it for the 12 months, you keep it there for a year from January 1st till 31st December. So the banks, let us take the highest. So the banks, they say that in the physical banking system, under the fixed deposit account, we are going to give you 10% of the money that you're having in the bank. So with my $1,000, I was going to get the 10%, and the 10% of $1,000, those are $100. That is the interest. So at the end of the year, I would be having $1,100. That is the physical bank. But since now you understood about the digital banking, the 10% that you have been getting in the 12 months in a full year. Here in the digital banking system, as long as you have a digital bank, the 10% you're going to make it every month. Every month. So, meaning that Arafat, every month I've been making $100 with my $1,000. Imagine. So, this is how the wealth people make money, because the money shouldn't be dormant. The reason why you save is to invest so that your money can multiply. So, now from January, someone in the physical bank, the $1,000, we are in November, they're still $1,000. But Arafat, with my $1,000, I've been getting $100 every what? Every month. So we have only moved for 10 months because November we're just starting. So 100 times 10, I would be right now having extra or the interest of $1,000. Remember, I had $1,000 which I deposited in January. So the $100 which I've been getting every month for the 10 months, they are also $1,000. So my account will be reflecting $2,000 in the digital bank. Someone in the physical bank, the account will be reflecting $1,000. Me already, my money has doubled itself. So now that is digital banking. This is digital banking. You get a chance of engaging in the daily activities, of engaging in the financial markets, and you make 10% interest on your savings or investment with the bank every month, which you have not been getting in any way of saving. Let's assume, okay, you have not been saving in the bank, but you have been keeping the money home. Definitely, the money hasn't increased in any value. That is digital bank. So now I'll have to take you to this book that I've told you, The Seventh Disruption. You can get this book. It shows you where the world was, where the world is, and where we are heading. So we said that the disruptions, they come in form of a business model or a value in the break chain that is essential for the survival of a country, company, or industry. And we said that the disruptions create trillion-dollar markets, industries. So, meaning that if you change with this change, definitely you make a lot of money, as we are going to see. And if you fail to change with the change is going to change you forcefully, painfully, and you live a life full of regrets. So, the first disruption they show us, it is the television. Before the introduction or the innovation of the television, right now, I'm in Uganda. But before that, I wouldn't know what is happening in America. For example, the elections. I wouldn't be watching live matches, watching Arsenal playing Manchester United live from the United Kingdom. But with the innovation of the television, Arafat can be here and I watch live matches from Spain, from French, from any country or anywhere in the world. So these televisions, they changed our way on how people we view different things all over the world. So they told us that they create $1 trillion in market industries. Imagine GoTV and DSTV. They're benefiting because the television is around. The different television stations, the companies that manufacture the televisions, the journalists. You find out that there are very many businesses that are surviving, that are advertising the television. So you can really see, and very many other things that the television has impacted. But let us talk about the third disruption, which is the email. This changed the way how we communicate. Because right now I'm in Uganda, but you find out that on this call, even we are having people from Nigeria. Because we had a meeting or because we engage in the daily activities, we easily communicate with these people. You might be having your relative in United States of America, Germany or China, but you communicate with that person because of the disruption of the email. But before the email, we had the post office. Assuming you wanted something, a financial assistance, you had a medical bill to pay, but you had to go through the post office, your message would take a couple of months to be delivered. So that inconvenienced a lot of things. But with the email, within seconds, your message is sent. So you all see now how the email changed the world. The people who are working with the post office, definitely, they are nowhere right now. So within the banking and finance disruption, which is the seventh disruption, this is where the main emphasis, and I'm going to go on page 25. Page 25, it's going to summarize it all. Here on page 25, page 25, page 25. On page 25, they say yes, they say on page 25, yes, 25 is here. So this is what I wanted. On page 25, they say trust in a change, trust in a change. However, all this is set to change. The digital currencies, because if I talk about digital banking, meaning that the digital banks have what we call digital currencies. Even right now in the world, we have the digital currencies already there in place. Digital currencies just means money being in a digit form. If you're having mobile money or a bank account, if you check your bank account, your money is reflected in digits. If you have $1,000, this is how your account is reflected. Those are digits. So it's the same on mobile money. This money is reflected in digits. So already digital currencies, we have been having them. Now they are telling us that the digital currencies, which are growing rapidly in adoption, will, for the first time in hundreds of years, enable two people to exchange valued goods and services for currency without any intermediary. That the digital currency is growing rapidly in adoption. The people, the way how they're embracing the digital currencies, they're going to enable two people, imagine Arafat and Mark, they're going to be able to exchange valued goods and services for currency without any intermediary. Currency, that meaning a middleman. So that meaning that Arafat and Mark, they're going to be able to do a transaction without any middleman. So if you have ever been or if you have ever transacted in a business where there are middlemen, definitely you have to pay an extra cost. But here they're showing you that you're not going to pay any extra cost within the digital banking and the digital currencies. And they ask us that, is this a good thing for Arafat and Mark to be able to transact? For example, Arafat wants to send Mark $1,000 and Mark can also receive the same amount. So they're asking us that, is this something good? Definitely, the book says that yes, it's good unless you are in the physical banking business. Because assuming that if you want to send, or if Arafat wants to transact with Mark $1,000, assuming, okay, let me say even minimum, they will charge us $10. $10. That is the physical banking system. I've just given even an assumption, minimum, let's say $10. But now we are looking at the digital banking where you have two ways. The first way, on any amount that you want to send, let it be $1,000, let it be $10,000, let it be $100,000, let it be $1 million. Here in the digital banking system, if I show you here, I come to one of the digital banks that I use. Here to show you something small, let me show you something small. We have two ways. The first way, they charge you $1 for any transaction that you want to complete for any amount that you want to send. Because I've given you an example. Even if you want to $1,000, it depends to you. So these are the two ways. The first one here, where you see the network, they charge you $1 on any amount to any part of the world that you want to send the money to. Here, the second way, where they show you send via the email, phone or ID, they charge you no dollar. So if you want to send $1,000, they reach $1,000 as long as that person is using or is a user of the digital bank, because this is where you can get that chance. So they ask us that why is it good for Arafat and Mark to be able to do transactions without any intermediary? They're telling us that cutting out the multiple middlemen in financial transactions will leave money in your pocket. No wonder they are telling us that no wonder the digital currency has the banking fraternity worried. Because imagine, I've given you an example. Oh, let me just give an example. Okay, assuming that Arafat, I'm having a car and I'm selling my car $5,000. I want to sell the car to Mark. So Mark is in need of the car, but he doesn't know that Arafat is selling. So Mark, since he knows that Martin, he deals in cars, Martin will be like, yes, I know someone who sells a car. So Martin will know that I'm selling this car at $5,000, but Martin will add an extra fee where Martin will say that this car, which is $5,000, it's $7,000, because at times even people can double the amount. So it depends on someone. So you find out that Mark, through Martin, is going to pay extra $2,000 because Arafat, I'm selling it at $5,000. But since Mark has not reached Arafat directly, we'll have to pay extra. So imagine if Mark just reaches Arafat and pays $5,000, he will have saved the $2,000. This is the best example, and I believe you have gotten that example. So now, since I told you that from the first place, I'm here to show you the best. I'm here to show you the what? The best. I'm going to show you, as we know in anything in the world, we have the best. Let it be football. We have what we call the GOAT. That's an abbreviation for the greatest of all time. Let it be music. Also in music, there is the greatest of all time. You can say Michael Jackson is the greatest of all time. Someone in football might say that Cristiano Ronaldo or Lionel Messi is the greatest of all time. Someone might say that in basketball, Michael Jordan or LeBron James. Everything has the greatest or the best. So I'm here to show you the best. This is the best digital bank that you should have in case you want to earn the 10% on your saving or investment per month. And it is called Binance. So with Binance, they're showing you that it has over 238 million users, meaning that it's not waiting for Arafat, it's not waiting for man to come, it's already having its users. It's already having its users. So now this is Binance. This is Binance. And you see different digital currencies. You see the Bitcoin, you see the Ethereum, you see the BNB, you see the XRP, the Ripple, you see the Solana. So let me just show you something. If you want to understand about the digital currencies and the digital bank, you should have such an application called the Coin Market Cap. It shows you the legit digital currencies. It shows you the legit digital banks that you should deal with. So if I just come here, you see Binance is number one. Where I put the black dot, Binance is number one. That is why I told you that I'm here to show you the best. We have a variety. There are very many. But for me, I consider the best that has been legalized and approved all over the world. This is what I'm going to look at. I shouldn't show you some things that are trying. So let me just show you the summary. How much has Binance as a bank transacted in the last 24 hours? Hopefully you see that black dot that I put there. They're showing you that Binance, just in the last 24 hours, it has transacted 59 billion US dollars. 59 billion US dollars. How much does your bank where you're keeping money transact in 24 hours in a day? How much does your national bank of your country transact in 24 hours? Make your research. 24 hours, 59 billion US dollars. This is why I told you, I'm here to show you the best. Make your research. The bank where you're keeping right now, how much does it transact in 24 hours? The national bank of your country. You're going to be shocked. You're going to be shocked. So, now, here already they show you market cap. Market cap simply means the volume of these digital currencies. They show that 2.2 trillion US dollars. I told you about financial markets. The first one is the forex market, which has over $7 trillion, stocks and bonds, then the digital currencies. But also there is a reason why I'm talking about the digital currencies right now, because they favor anyone. They don't discriminate that Arafat, you can't deal with this financial market. unlike others, which you'll find out that they need good money for you to start. But here, anyone can engage with as low as any capital or any saving that you have. You can engage in this market. That is why I'm here to talk about the digital currencies or the cryptocurrency market today. So, Binance is an application like all digital banks, for example, Centenary, they all have online applications, other platforms. So now also Binance, you can get it from your Apple Store or your Google Play Store. So now, first of all, before even I go any further, I should first look at the security. This comes first. In anything that we do, you should always first inquire about the security of where you are keeping your money, because we find out that very many physical banks or very many banks, which I won't mention the names, but I believe even as we know them and we have seen very many. These banks, people no longer feel safe. People have lost trust in them because this is where now we find the most funny stories that with these banks, for example, if you have about $5,000 nowadays, you can wake up when your $5,000 they're not on your account. They're not on your account. And in most cases, very many people are not compensated. And people have lost trust. People have lost trust. Here in Uganda, people can testify who are here in Uganda. So now security comes first in everything. Now I'm here to show you. We have what we call the pass keys. This can be a face ID or a fingerprint. For example, let me just try to tap on this. Hopefully you see, they ask me for a face ID. You can't access my digital bank without my face. Now, if I turn it to my face and I put in my face, it has unlocked, it has recognized that it's Arafat who's the owner of this account and needs to access it. Imagine if you have a fingerprint that you set, without your fingerprint, it won't unlock. We have what we call the authenticator app. These are random digits that change every 30 seconds. Now, here on top, we see 648 to 38. We are going to see other figures in the next few seconds. This is not like a password that you wrote 2003 that it's crammable. No, these change all the time. Now you see it's 294506. Imagine such high level of security. We have the email. For anything to be done on my account, they send me an email to request me that Arafat, we are seeing that you want to withdraw $100 on your account. Please verify if you are the one. Imagine. But in other systems, as long as someone puts in a password, money is withdrawn. But here, without that requesting or the final approval from the owner, nothing will be done. We see the phone number. They also send codes to prove that you want to transfer $200 or $500 from your account. Please put in this code to verify that you are the one who wants to do the transaction. And if you're not the one, ignore. Imagine, do not proceed, because the money won't be withdrawn or won't be transferred without your approval. Imagine such a system. Definitely, you feel that you have freedom on your money. So now, these are the different digital currencies, but I believe Google is the best to give us the definition of these digital currencies. Google is the what? Google is the best. So I'm going to use Google, the most trusted search engine, to ask what are these digital currencies, because digital currencies is a broad word, but we want to look at these digital currencies so that everyone can easily understand them. So if I come to Google, the digital currencies, they have different currencies, but within this is where we find what we call cryptocurrency. Crypto comes from the word encryption, which means something safe. Currency means a medium of exchange that is adopted or being accepted, that I can give you a service for a good if you provide me that currency. So now we are looking at a global currency which is encrypted, which is very safe, as we have seen with Binance. We have seen the security. So they're telling us that cryptocurrency, here we are getting the right definition. It's telling us that cryptocurrency is a digital currency. As you have money on your bank account, the $1,000 that reflected like this is the same thing. This is digital currency in which transactions mean sending and receiving, meaning that you can receive and you can send. So if you have ever been told, or if you have ever dealt in any cryptocurrency that you can't send and receive, that wasn't a cryptocurrency, because Google is telling you that you are in position to send and receive, and they're telling you that these transactions are verified. Verification is the process of establishing the truth, accuracy, and validity of something. So it's there to show that something is working in the right way. So they're telling us that these digital currencies, they're already approved. Like, I can give you an example. The United States Securities Exchange Commission, which approves the millionaires and billionaires and everyone in America to invest in something this year. Make your research in January. They approved the trading of these digital currencies. So you look at JP Morgan, the largest bank in the world. If you're keeping money with JP Morgan, they're advising everyone to get a certain percentage and you deal with these cryptocurrencies. So you look at countries like El Salvador, you look at countries like the Central African Republic, imagine. They're using these as legal tenders. So imagine all the financial experts. You look at the American elections. What has been booming? The digital currencies, the Bitcoin. This is what one of the contestants has been talking about, Donald Trump. That is what he has been talking about. Imagine the first video that we saw, the Voice of America videos. Imagine all the financial literate people talking about this and approving it. How can I, Arafat, say no to this? Yet all the financial literate people have approved. We have all the information that you need to have. So now, in quotation marks, one of the most beautiful statements that I've ever had in my life is here, in quotation marks. Google is telling us that the decentralized cryptocurrencies, decentralization means something that you have control over. The decentralized cryptocurrencies, these are the real ones, such as Bitcoin. They now provide an outlet for personal wealth that is beyond restriction and confiscation. If you really want to make it in life, these are one of the outlets that you can become wealth. Imagine Google is making this bold statement. How many things has Google come out and said that this is an outlet for wealth? How many things? But it has come out boldly and is saying that this is an outlet for personal wealth. The decentralized cryptocurrencies. So let me give people an example, because some of them have dealt with the different cryptocurrencies. Most of them have dealt in the centralized cryptocurrencies, because the centralized disguise themselves as the decentralized. Yet the centralized, they are not fully cryptocurrencies, because you are not having full say and full control over them. Let me give an example. This is it. Now the centralized cryptocurrencies are funny. You might say that you invested in $1,000, for example. You have $1,000 in a centralized cryptocurrency. You acquired it for $1,000, but this price was dictated by someone, because the centralized currencies, their price are dictated by someone. So what you bought at $1,000, for example, someone, you can be on the same day or at the same time, and people, someone is saying that they are not seeing my screen. Is it right? Is it right? You okay? It seems it's your network. Someone was complaining about not seeing my screen. I think it's your network. So thank you very much for confirming with me that my screen is visible. So the centralized cryptocurrencies, they're very funny, because we can say that Arafat and Mark have come at the same time. Since the price is dictated, someone will say, Arafat is well off. Mark, buy this for $1,000 and Arafat will pay $10,000. Imagine. But the same centralized cryptocurrency that you have bought, if you say that you want to sell, it's very funny. Where you are invested $1,000 or $10,000, someone will say, I'm giving you $50. Since someone dictates, it's not something that is an asset like this one, like the decentralized, because the decentralized, Google has told us that something that can make you wealthy, that thing must be an asset to make you wealthy, meaning that it's having that value. So now, how do the decentralized work? They work like this. For example, let me give an example of Bitcoin. So if we say that the Bitcoin to the United States dollar, to the dollar, because we know that almost all over the world, the dollar is recognized. So assuming that you have one Bitcoin now, it is worth 67
US dollars. In any country that you go in, you get money that is worth $67,000. There is no the dictating of price because we have a global market price. Even if you're in Uganda and you go to China right now, or if you go to Japan, you get the Japanese yen that are worth 67,000 US dollars. So those are the decentralized cryptocurrencies. They have the same global market price. They have the same global market price because they're all over the world. They're all over the world. So they're not only in one country, they're all over the world. So Google said that these decentralized cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, they can make you wealthy. So let me show you this statement that Google has made. How can you become wealthy in the cryptocurrencies? So we have two ways on how you can become wealthy in cryptocurrencies. The first way, let me write it here. The first way is called spot trading. Spot trading. So spot trading simply means buy low. Spot trading means buy low and sell high. This is it. So, for example, we can say we have seen one Bitcoin is at $67,000. So, if you buy it at $67,000 and it goes to $68,000, you'll have made profits for $1,000. So, meaning if you sell, you are in profits. That is spot trading. It's like in any normal business buy low, sell high. Buy low, sell high. That is spot trading. Now, if I come to Binance to show you in these markets very well, here we are going to see a clear example. These currencies that we see in green, these currencies, green means appreciating in value. Red means depreciating in value. And as we know, if something depreciates in value, that is the right time to buy. So if you want to do spot trading, you should buy the ones that are in red because that is where the most opportunity is. You're going to buy something cheaply. These in green, these are already profits. You can take out your profits. For example, we see this first one, it has +4, meaning that in the last 24 hours, it has made 4.4%. So, assuming we all have had $1,000 for today, and we bought it, and it has made us 4.4%, meaning that from our $1,000, we would have made profits for $44 in a single day. Imagine. So $1,000 plus the interest you have got of $44, you would be having $1,044. That is spot trading. Spot trading. You don't need to be an expert in trading to make this. No, this can be simply made just by something that you see that is in red. You just wait it for to go in green. Definitely you sell as we do in our normal businesses. Now we have another way of benefiting. This one is called futures trading. Futures. Futures trading means speculating on market prices. As you hear the word futures, you might say that the future of all youths in this world in the next 5 years, we want everyone to be employed. But that is something that is predicted. It is predicted. It's not a must that it's going to happen. So now this is the same thing. Futures, meaning that speculation on currency prices, whether they will appreciate or depreciate in value. So in futures trading, you can make good money, very good money, if you know or if you are guided in what you are doing. But if you're not guided in futures trading, you can lose money, which is not going to happen in spot trading. Spot, you don't lose money. Just an asset appreciates and depreciates in value. Someone might say, an asset to depreciate, I don't want. There is no asset in this world doesn't depreciate in value. All assets appreciate and depreciate. So in spot, you don't lose money. But in futures, since it's a prediction, if you say that, for example, this currency is in red -2, you predicted it to appreciate and it doesn't appreciate in value, definitely you'll have lost, you can lose money in futures trading. So I encourage everyone to start with spot trading as you understand more about the market before you venture into futures trading, unless you are guided by someone who's already skilled in futures trading. So to show you something small before we go into the trades, how you can trade and how you can benefit. If I show you the payment methods here in Uganda, for example, if I want to deposit and or withdraw money on Binance and they engage in this trading, imagine we are seeing the largest taxpayer in the country. MTN is there. MTN mobile money, meaning MTN to be here. They approved that this is something worth it. Airtel, cheaper cash, Stanbic Bank, Equity Bank, all financial institutions are here. Imagine, ask yourself, if they are here, their brands are here, meaning that they sat down and they said that this is worth it. This is not here in Uganda. Any currency is here to any country. If I say euro, I go to the countries that accept the euro as payment methods. Look at these financial institutions. Are they in Uganda? OTP Bank, they patented the Perfect Money, Prayer Bank, Private Bank, Riba, Santander, Poland. Imagine any currencies here for your country. It's up to you. Every currency is what? Every currency is here. So you're working with a full forex bureau. If you have Binance, meaning that I can have my $1,000 here from Uganda. I move from Uganda, and for example, I go to Germany and I still be having the $1,000 since we have seen that these digital currencies have the same global market price. So now the question is this trading, someone might say, Arafat, I'm busy, I have other duties that I usually have, so I can't get time to analyze the markets. I can't get that time to analyze the markets. Really, I understand your concern. Now, this is where the artificial intelligence comes in. That you've seen that the artificial intelligence has solved a lot of work. And let me show you examples. This is one of the great musicians we have here in Uganda. He's regarded as the greatest of all time in Uganda, Dr. Jose Chameleon. This is a self-driven car. There is no driver. That is a self-driven car. Imagine. That is a self-driven car. Imagine now the driver who has been driving Chameleon. Imagine Chameleon is a Uganda. Is that driver still having that job? So that is a big question. We are seeing robot cafes and robot restaurants. We are seeing them. This is Nairobi, Kenya. That's Kenya here, our neighbor. Robot bringing food. So you see like how human labor is going to reduce? The waiters and waitresses. Because the robot doesn't fall sick, it is always available. Imagine. At times we talk about these things and people think that we are talking about the future, but already these things are in place. Robots now just serving and they're delivering food and drinks to the clients or customers in their hotel rooms. This is Maureen Nantme, also one of the musicians we have here in Uganda. This is not a waiter or waitress who has delivered this. It's just a simple machine. So I might also ask yourself a question if you are here. Okay, let's say you have an acre of land, but you need to dig that land. You have two options, using the tractor or using human labor. What are you going to use? Definitely a tractor, because you're going to solve yourself a lot. So now with the AI, you don't need to analyze these charts. It's here to help you. This is where the Utrading artificial intelligence bot comes in place. You don't need to be a professional, and it's going to provide you with 4 various ways on how you can trade within the cryptocurrency market or the digital currencies under the digital banks. So we have the automated trading where we have spot and futures automated. So automated trading, this is where the robot, the AI itself trades for you. You don't need to do anything. What do you need to do? You just need to come here on the profits like me. You check how much has it made today? How much did it make yesterday? Overall this week, how much has it made? This month, how much has it made? This is automated trading. Just leave your work, or when you're at your work, just check as you are working. You're having you're having someone or something that is already working for you. You find yourself after work, you say that $10. It depends on your capital. You find there $10 because this is daily interest, but it accumulates to 10% monthly, but it comes on a daily basis. And if on a day nothing is made, it is also being projected, because it's not a must that every day you have to make. There are some days where you don't make, but at the end of the month, guaranteed 10% minimum, it's what you're going to earn. That is automated trading. So automated trading needs you to have $595. 500 plus the $95. So the $500 will be your capital. So if you have $500 and you're going to make 10% a month, meaning that you're going to be getting interest of $50 every month with $500, because 10% of 500 Those are $50. So the 95 will be the service fee, because it's like now the internet. We are using the internet bundles to be able to access this internet. So it's the same thing. But what I like about this service fee, I usually call it rent. Imagine you're in a physical business. You paid rent for October. Right now we're in November. Your landlord or landlady will need more $95 for this month of November. It doesn't matter whether you have made profits or your business has been closed for a full month. The landlady or landlord, won't want to know that. The person will need more $95 for you to continue operating in his or her place. But yeah, the $95, the service fee or your rent expires only after you making profits. Meaning that the 95 have to multiply itself by 5. Meaning that you have to make $475 as interest for your rent or service fee to expire. Remember, you started with $500 as capital. So the 500 will, the interest of 475 will add itself on your capital. So your account, it will stop the artificial intelligence to operate for you or to trade for you when you have $975. This is a good example of mine because you can see the overall profits. These are $297. $297. So here where I bought 95, remember the profits should be 475, where you see 297. So when the 475 profits reach here, that is when my rent will be able to expire. So the rent, we have different categories. We have the one for 45, 95, 540, 1,700, 2,400, 3,750, up to the 7,000. So for automated, you should start with 95. So the 45 goes for other categories where we have the sync trading. Here you copy from the different traders who are making profits. You copy their trades. So we have what we call the signals trading. Every 15 minutes, the artificial intelligence sends you signals where you just need to press launch, launch. We have what we call the manual trading. Here we have different ways on how you can trade. We have the AI DCA Pro, we have the DCA, we have the grid, we have the DCA. So these are variety of ways on how you can trade manually. What I like about manual is that you get a lifetime skill. Even if Arafat, I move here from Uganda and I go to Germany, I can still trade because I told you this is a global market. Digital banking is everywhere. So I easily access my platforms. I continue with my trading. If I have $100 on my account, I sit down, I make $5. I sit down, I make $20. On either way that I decide, manual, you get a lifetime skill. But with this service fee that we have seen, this service fee determines how much money you make and your capital. These determine a lot. So let me show you something. I took a picture, but let me stay in application and I show it to you from here. It will be. We have what we call the TVIP for those who want to trade. The trader level of trading. We have the one where you see the TVIP one. The TVIP one, where I put this black dot on that line. They show you that you trade 10 times in a day. 10 times. Someone with 540 service fee trades 40 times in a day. This shows you that the more service fee that you have, the more opportunities that you have in the market. Remember, the market has limitless opportunities. It's up to you to limit yourself. So just take an example. Each time $1 is made. So someone with 95 service fee or rent will trade 10 times and make $10. But for me, with 540 service fee, I trade 40 times. So each time I make $1, I'll make $40. So where the other person has stopped 10 times, for me, I go extra 30 times, meaning that I'll make more money. So imagine someone with 80 times. Imagine someone with 120 times, 200 times, 500, unlimited. But remember, all this service fee, all the rent, it has capital that should match with it. Don't forget that. It has capital that should match with it. I think now this picture that I took here, I think I have it here, will be the best example to where I can show you this. Let me see if I have it here. I put it here. Where could it be? Where could it be? Yes, it's here. So don't forget that. So if you have $95 as service fee, your capital should be $500. Should be $500. If you have $540 service fee, your capital should be from $1,000 up to $2,000. But I would encourage you to fill the maximum. So $540 have $2,000. If you have service fee for $1,700 where you trade 80 times, you should have $8,000 as your capital. So $2,400 have 30,000 US dollars as your capital. $3,750 have $100,000 as your trading capital. $7,000 have 150 have $200,000 as your trading capital. So that was something crucial that I had to look at. Don't forget that every service fee has the capital that is being required, especially if you are trading automated. But if you're not trading automated, you can use any capital. But as we know that automated is the best that we can advise for everyone, since at times we find ourselves that we knew. So you should engage yourself in a better way of spot trading, and you trade manual and you trade in an automated way, but still you can trade in any way. You can trade in any way. So I want to end with this. Because we have come at the end of our presentation. If you will change, this is said one of the most people that he said that if you will change Arafat, put your name there. If you will change Arafat, if Arafat changes, you don't change what's you don't have to change what's sorry, you don't have to change what's outside. I shouldn't change my appearance, Arafat. I should stay as Arafat. But Arafat, if I change what is inside me, as we are hearing right now, as you change also your inside, definitely to get more, you have to become more. All the great people that we have seen, they first change what is inside. Look at Elon Musk. He hoped to go to Mars, to accomplish many things, to make the Tesla cars. But during his childhood, his early years, very many people saying that those things you can't achieve them. But because he had changed what is inside him, he accepted that definitely I need to make this. Definitely, he made it today to become the most wealthiest man we have on planet Earth. So at this very time, I thank everyone who has been around from the start of the presentation till the end of this presentation. I'm very glad I'm seeing here my friends, my beloved leaders. I'm seeing different people, and really it's a pleasure because I'm seeing successful people. What I've been explaining, very many people have made money with it. Very many people are wealthy through the opportunity that we have looked at today. So I really thank God, because it's really been a privilege for me to present to you, because I have my mentors here, I have my coaches here who have trained me what I've just talked about. So at this very time, I'm going to invite to you a gentleman. He's known as Wealth Man. He's success himself. Remember that, by the way, in the richest man in Babylon, you need to get that book. They tell us that it costs nothing to ask advice from a wise or rich friend. So definitely, I feel like at this time, I should introduce to you someone who has made it, someone who's still making it in the digital banking and artificial intelligence. So this is the right person to come and give us the closing remarks for today's presentation. Mr. Muhammad Sagir, you're most welcome, sir. Thank you very much.